All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. Give us your questions. I got Mr. Sean Higgs and Anthony from Pounded Sports, all of us from Pounded Sports. Anthony, I moved up a little bit in the World Series of handicapping.
I saw that. I
know. I'm top 7 now.
I saw that.
I don't know how.
The Tooch is a threat. The Tooch is a threat.
Hold on a second. We could figure this out.
Website, how the heck? I'm up 40 units.
I can dig exactly how this happened because I just saw an article that October was the worst month for the sports books because of all the favorites that came in. So
I was going to say it helps being square. And I'm kicking myself in the rear end. My best bet was Broncos minus 9.5, and I accidentally clicked on Panthers plus 9.5 in the contest and submitted my thing. And you can't go back. It's impossible.
No, you can't.
No. So I lost my top play, and that killed me.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the show.
All right. Any real quick on the I'm tweeting out the show here. Let me just get that tweet out. Any comments on the World Series real quick?
I'm happy the Yankees lost. I thought they were going to win, but I mean, Dodgers showed they were the best team. Plain and simple. They showed why they were the best team.
I said this on when it ended. It was just kind of like I would say like a lackluster season. The Dodgers were the favorite to win it all. The Yankees were the second favorite. And I thought the Dodgers. You've heard me every time I come in here. I didn't think I thought the Padres would pick them off.
I'm right there with you.
I thought their pitching staff was going to be a problem beginning of the year, and I can still say it was a problem because when you're running a bullpen game out in World Series Game 2, you got the pitcher problems. They overcame it.
A normal team can't do it.
Yes.
A normal team can't do it.
They won. They were favored to win it. I'll give them a little bit of an extra boost because they did it with 2 starting pitchers, really. I mean, It was really Flannery and Yamamoto. I mean, Buehler came back, but he wasn't the same kind of pitcher. And I'm wondering maybe they put him in a bullpen. Are they going to try to let him roll out as a star? I mean, because think about it. If these guys are all healthy next year, Goslin and May and Sheenan and all these cats, then you have 10 starting pitchers. And I don't care. The more the merrier, especially when you have guys go 5 innings. And the Yankees, I didn't think they were a World Series team. They got there, but I think that had a lot to do with the Orioles not making a trade. The fact that the Orioles aren't going to re-sign Corbin Burns tells you all you need to know about that team. They had a shot. They were going to rely on young guys and patchwork a veteran here for $7 million. Who are they going to bring in? Let's bring in Lance Lynn and bring back Kyle Gibb. Like, what is their plan? You blew a prime opportunity at the trade deadline to go get pick up 2 guys at the bullpen. Maybe you would have had to slug it out a little bit. Granted, your batters kind of slowed down a little bit, but I mean, that could have changed if you had a bullpen.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's and I'm a Yankee guy at heart. I didn't think they were a good team. And I think it's a false hope for them. So I think it's a false hope for the Met fans to get to think they could give the Dodgers a run. Yeah. They're losing Minaya, Quintana, Severino. They're all free agents. They're all going to want rate. Are they going to sign all those guys? Are they going to give? Is Alonso getting $35 million for them?
Alonso's gone. Minaya will probably stay because nobody's going to pay him what he's making. I'll tell you right now, nobody's going to pay him. The Mets will pay him because he was a huge part of that offense. Quintana, I mean, what does he want to do to another Pittsburgh team? I mean, he's been to every freaking team. He's like a Kenny Lofton. He's been everywhere.
Should the Mets resign these cats? Why would listen, the going rate for starters is going to be $17 million. We could laugh at that like this guy's trash, but that's what they get paid. Evaldi's going to come out. Nick Pavetta is going to go and get $13 million from somebody from these.
He deserves $13 million.
Kyle
Kyle
Gibson's going to go get a 13. These guys are all going to get these kind of contracts. We're going to be like, oh, that's not a real game changer, but someone gets hot. You saw it with the Mets. These guys pitched well. I mean, Peterson was excellent. We've seen his flashes. It all comes down to, for the Mets, I think it's Soto land, right? You have to. But this is the thought process with this guy. You paid Verlander and Scherzer. It fell apart. You swallowed the contracts. You got some young guys in there. That's fine. They're off the books now.
Well, if Lonzo's not going to be signed,
you better.
They have the money for Soto. So, I mean, they can go with an average, mediocre, or a young first baseman. You get somebody from the minors. I don't know if there's anyone in the minors, but, I mean, first baseman, you could literally put a second baseman, a shortstop, a third baseman in that spot.
Hold on a second. We could walk across the city and look at the Yankee team that kind of tried to fill in. Let's put DJ LeMahieu at first, at second, at third base.
But
that doesn't always work.
That's what they do now. If you're going to pay Soto, say hypothetical $600 million, well, we don't have $20 million per year to sign a good first baseman.
But that's not what this guy came in on. I'm not even a Met fan, and you know damn well this guy came in like, we're going to open up the purse strings, and he did that, and two pitchers get hurt. It happens.
But he's got a lot of shit that he's going on. He's still paying Verlander, still paying Scherzer.
They're off the books now. That's gone. They're off now.
Gone now?
They're gone.
Okay, well, Soto's going to be signed.
$150 million off the books this year.
If anyone signs Soto, it's
why wouldn't
literally going to be
Walker as well? Huh? Christian Walker for the Arizona guy, Arizona first baseman.
He's going to want $300 million.
He's going $200 million. The guy's 30 years old. He's not going to get that much money.
He hits homers. Homers pays the bills.
We
can talk about baseball all day, me and Sean.
All day.
You better interrupt us.
Thoughts on the MVP, real quick.
Oh, I mean, Freddie Freeman, hands down.
No.
I mean, for the payoff, for the pick.
For what?
What was the odds for Freeman? I forgot.
Oh no, what are you talking about? The World Series MVP?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't even know. Who cares?
I think it was plus 800. It was
Freeman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what the odds were.
Yeah, it was probably Judge and Ohtani had to be like 2-1, 3-1, probably favorites.
Yep.
I don't know why Judge hadn't hit all season. I mean, I would have put money on Stanton before Judge.
Yeah,
Stanton had a nice.
I have so much opinions on baseball right now. We could do a whole show on baseball, Tooch.
All right. Remember, give us your thoughts, questions here.
Got to get my Alex Kirilloff rookie cards out. Guy retires at 26.
Really?
Did you see who they signed for the White Sox? The new coach, head manager for the White Sox
today.
I can't think of his name, but I was like, that's the manager, first time manager. I think he was like a third baseman at one point.
Well, if we sweep today, 3-0 on the show.
Will Venable.
Yeah, Will Venable. Yeah,
Will Venable. Don't know.
Boy, they really went. They really hit a home run on that one. Let me tell you.
Tune in to South Burbs Hitman here on the Barroom Network.
Nobody wants that
talking all about it. All right, let's just get into it here with some college football. We got one game tonight. San Diego State getting 24 at Boise State. That's a lot of points, and Boise State has been really tough at home, man. It's
UConn's on the board. Tooch. Yep. Tooch is like, like that. It's like, take UConn. They're up 7-0 already.
Yep.
I took Georgia State plus 8.5. UConn cannot cover spreads more than one score. They just can't. But go on.
In the teaser. All right. San Diego State 24 at Boise State. Look, against the spread, 4-2-1 for Boise State. But San Diego State 4-3. Look, 24 points is a lot of points. These teams played last year. It was a 34-31 win at San Diego State. Probably too many points for me. Any thoughts?
Same here. I'm on San Diego State. I got plus 23.5. It's just too many points. I don't see Boise scoring in the high 40s. San Diego State's going to get their share of points.
Yeah.
I mean, Boise's going to win, but this is, 38 to 24 type game written all over it.
You know, it's strange. Sean and I were talking about this before the show. I said it's implied score of 45-21 because the total is about 56 points.
Yeah,
the team total of Boise State's 40.5. What does that tell you, Sean?
I don't know. I think
it tells me Boise 40 to 20.
Yep.
They're going to.
But this is also
San Diego
Friday
State
night trap game of the night of the day.
Yep.
Friday night, if you go back, I said this last week, I don't know, or week before, Friday nights have the most upsets out of every college football day. From Tuesday through Saturday, it's Friday nights. So if you're looking to take any dogs, take them Friday night.
Watching a Boise State running back is a treat, but I wouldn't lay 24. I mean,
no, that's too much for Boise.
It's a big number.
The public all over it.
Listen, they laid 30 to Utah, but Utah State's a terrible. I could see that one, but San Diego State's not as bad. They're in battling. I mean, you see this. The scores of recent.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're close. The last 3 games decided by less than a field goal.
I would say like over in this game.
Yeah, I think
San Diego State's they've 26, 27, 27, 21. So they're getting in the 20s. They're giving up 29, 24, 24. So they're giving up points. We saw 29-24 last week against UNLV. They're going to get their 40. Like the running back's going to do his thing.
No.
He's going to score 3 touchdowns.
40 is. I think 40 is a sharp number. I don't think that. I think 40 is going to be a little harder than it sounds. If they get there, it's going to be like low 40s.
I was going to say, I'm going to say, how about something like 37-26 kind of game? I just think it goes over to 55. Yeah. Like 55, if their total is 40, you're thinking they're going to score that. So I'm thinking San Diego State contributes a little more to it. So something to get to a 60 spot. I didn't bet it. I didn't bet this game.
I took San Diego State, but go on.
Penn State catching 3 at home, kind of like a home. I like a home dog, Sean. It's Big Ten action here.
We're jumping right into this crappy game. I mean, can we get anything better? There's no Toledo's not playing.
I love this game. Call me crazy. I love this game.
I'm taking Wisconsin. Penn State plus points at home.
Let me put it this way.
What's there not to like? This is what, the 3 and 5 teams in the country?
Yep.
I had Wisconsin plus 7 last week in Wisconsin last week. It was 10-7 at halftime. Wisconsin was leading. Both teams played like crap in the first half. Wisconsin was leading. Loved it. Went to bed. Woke up, saw the results. Wisconsin got blown out second half. Penn State's quarterback, I don't know if he's playing this game, Allard, got hurt. Backup quarterback smoked Wisconsin. Yep. I don't know what – I didn't watch it. I don't know how, but he smoked them. All I saw was the backup quarterback was scrambling. He ran for a lot of yards. Yeah, but I like Ohio State here. Penn State should have lost last week.
But that's a
Drew Aller says probable. Smollett
he's playing. He's playing.
I'm taking Ohio State here.
He's playing because the line was 3.5. It's come down. So
yeah,
he's.
You like the backup quarterback better, huh, Anthony?
I'm the only thing I'm going to say is I think the backup quarterback could make trouble for Ohio State's defense, but you also have a full week to plan for it. As in the backup quarterback, he's a rookie. He's probably going to get crushed in his first career start. As in when you just come into the game third quarter, teams never saw you. You got the advantage because they don't know how you play.
Yep.
So in this game, if the backup quarterback, I would have loved Ohio State. I probably would have bombed it if the backup quarterback was playing. But with Allard, I still like Ohio State. I just think it's going to be a closer game.
Sean, thoughts? They're begging you to take the home dog or no?
I think people take Ohio State. I don't know why. I mean, Penn State, again, 3.5. It's 3. Franklin is terrible versus good teams. He's never beaten Ohio State, bad against Michigan. But Ryan Days, that guy's no great ball of wax. He's 2-6 versus top 5 teams. Now, those top 5 teams he's playing Alabama's and Clemson's in the playoffs, and Michigan, who obviously can't get past. But in a spot like this, am I going to run to bet Ohio State? Listen, for Wisconsin, if the quarterback's, if he's good, I'm not really worried about it. Ohio State won, 21-17 last week? Let's be honest. It's kind of a flatter game. We could say teams don't look ahead. We look at it as look ahead. They could say they don't. We know that's a bunch of trash because how many times do we see a team kind of have a lackluster performance and get by, which they could perfectly do now, right? Because these guys assume they're going to be in the playoffs with 1 loss. Even with 2 losses, they're going to lose to the guy who wins the conference. They'll get in with 2 losses going 9-2 or 10-2 with 12, 14 teams in. But I would lean Penn State here. I just I don't know. It's time for this guy. If you're a Penn State fan, can you win a big game? Can you get one? You got a good quarterback. This kid's supposed to be the real deal. Ohio State, I'm not that sold on him this year. I mean, Will Howard, that's the guy we're looking at to be the savior.
Anthony?
I mean, this is the first year that when you see previous years, Sean still will attest to this. When you see the home favorite, home dog +3, automatically take the +3 blindly, play +3. This year, it's like mind fucking you. It's like I want to take the +3, but on the other hand, the -3 has been cashing all year. It's like, what's the catch here? I'm not even looking at it anymore because it's not working, that strategy. So, Ohio State.
You look at these pass lines last year, 4, 16.5, 18.5, 12.5, 18.5. And we got a 3. Last year was a 4. Ohio State won that ugly again. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I had Penn State in the under in that game. So I'm really positive. I don't have the under. I'm 100% sure I had Penn State as well. Thinking
they haven't beat Penn State since 2016.
Right, they have exactly, and even that game 24-21. And the spreads. Ohio State's been that good. They're down a little bit this year, which is down for them is still better than Penn State. So, but I'll take the home dog.
All right. You heard it here.
At noon, not even a whiteout night game. But I think that's because I think the schedule is built in for all teams for a game 7. Because there's only one 8 o'clock game tonight, on Saturday rather. So I thought they were anticipating 7-game World Series.
I think it also changes your capping too, if it's during the day or at night. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like Wisconsin being at night, playing Penn State at home. Yeah, rowdy. I mean, to me, the night crowd. I mean, playing a night team, the home team has got a huge advantage, in my opinion, rather than during the day. I'm not saying that during the day doesn't, but I just feel like there's something about the night crowd that it really gets to it.
One of these teams come down here early, August 31st, September 12th. They're playing a high noon in Texas where it's 105 degrees with humidity. Absolutely. Yeah, that's an edge. No, November in Pennsylvania, this should have been a 7:30, 8 o'clock game, white out, the crowd's crazy, good, but it's a nooner. People are going to be like,
I agree.
Yeah, Florida, Georgia, this is a neutral site game. Florida catching a little over 2 touchdowns. Sean, when you see 14.5, Everbank Stadium, which I believe is
Jacksonville,
Atlanta.
Yeah, this is the big what's it? Largest cocktail party time.
That's in Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville. That's what I thought. Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So
it's kind of, I don't know. It says Florida's the road team, Georgia is the home team, but it's really
that's just based on the spread. I mean, this is Florida's home game. They move it because for whatever reason they put on a neutral for the crowds.
Okay. When you see 14.5, don't you got to lean towards the favorite? They're trying to suck you in with that 2 touchdowns plus a hook.
Florida's won a couple in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 out of 4, playing a little better. Man, I don't know here. Do I think they're a good team? No. Georgia, they're off the win over Texas, but then they had a bye week. So it's not like we saved our season because they would have lost that game. They're probably out of the playoff talk. I don't know. I think they take care of business here. Me. 14.5, 7.5. I want to kind of lay it. I'll take. I'm not taking. I'm leaning Georgia. I'm leaning. Give me Georgia.
Yep. I'm not betting it just because of the hook. I don't like the hook because then I got to win by 3 scores. But I have a golden rule. I don't bet Florida on the road. Only in the swamp. If this was in Florida in the swamp, I'm taking Florida. Not even thinking about it. But the neutral site is what gets me. And then I also have another golden rule. If it's in Georgia, I don't care if it's minus 49.5. I'm taking Georgia. Just take Georgia. I mean, for some reason, those 2 specific home teams, they just played just out of their minds. Florida, I've made a killing. That's Tooch. He's been piggybacking off me. Florida's been a dog almost every week at home versus Kentucky, versus Florida. What was it?
South
UCF
Florida.
They played.
UCF. They beat UCF.
And UCF. I mean, they've been dogs. I've been plus money. I've been making a killing on Florida, but they were also at home. This one, I'm leaning Georgia. The only thing I don't like about this game, and probably the only reason I'm not betting this game, is for the fact that it's a neutral site. Florida relies too much on the run, and Georgia, what they showed in Texas, stops the run. So plain and simple, if you're watching the game first quarter and Florida's running, it might not be a bad bet to live bet Florida. But if Florida's getting stuffed and more stuffed, Georgia's going to roll, and they're going to roll hard. So.
Last season, 43-20 win, blow them out in Florida last year. Any thoughts on the total?
I would lean under on this game.
Me too. Both running teams. Defense for Georgia, probably keep the score down. All right.
Georgia needs this one. They're 6-1 at Mississippi next. Home Tennessee. They can't have another trip up.
That Ole Miss game is going to be good. I'll tell you that, because Ole Miss needs to win too.
Yep.
All right, UCLA at Nebraska. Man, we forget how bad UCLA has been. I like Nebraska here. It was 6.5. It's just jumped to 7 today. Nebraska played a real close game at Rutgers, end up winning 35-32. A lot of points in what is between a game between two defensive teams, 67. Man, that was UCLA last week. What did I say? Nebraska. UCLA 35-32 win at Rutgers. So a little recency bias with UCLA maybe. But I think Nebraska is the team to the common opponents, they both beat Rutgers. Last week, Nebraska kept it close against Ohio State. At home, Nebraska, anybody thoughts?
UCLA, holy cow. What a trash season, 2-5.
Yep.
Who's that? Deshaun Foster looks totally overmatched. I kind of lean Nebraska. I like Nebraska's team.
Yep.
We're talking about before you came in, and I was like, I really don't have a great, feel for it. Never really jumped out. I would probably lean to an under in this game. It's 38. Yeah. Look at the total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
38.5. That's low.
This is one of those. Yeah. This is one of those games where
this isn't like the MAC or somebody thinking some terrible. Hello, it's Nebraska and UCLA who actually get some NFL players every once in a while. 38.5. This screams to me to take the under.
Yeah. I'm going to lean UCLA here just for the fact that Nebraska has not looked good at all. At all. The beginning of the season, they started off hot. But, someone put a fire
killed. They got killed by Indiana, but Indiana's a pretty good team.
Oh, Indiana's turned into a juggernaut. They were a hidden secret. Whoever knew about that team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lean the dog here. This is a game. This is a no bet for me. This is an absolute no bet for me. But UCLA is my lean.
UCLA's off a bye week. Nebraska's off a almost win over Ohio State, so they're kind of off a tough game. A lot of spent energy. This is UCLA. I know it's a Big Ten matchup, but they got no history with UCLA.
No.
Bye week, you beat Rutgers heading into your bye week. The game before that, you lost the tough one to Minnesota, and even that Penn State game wasn't as terrible. 27-11, but it's you think they could easily throw in the towel. Yep. And you lose 20. It could have been 27-0. It could have been 44-0. You put up a couple points. You battled the next week against Minnesota. You beat Rutgers.
You keep it closer than 7. All right.
So slow improvement. I don't hate taking UCLA here either. I'm with you on the dog.
It's hard to take 7 points with Nebraska and against anyone right now. So
yeah, and especially they're off a big game.
Yeah.
Come on. They were pumped up to play Ohio State. You got 2 win UCLA coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nebraska hasn't really
also be a game where they don't take UCLA
seriously.
Yeah.
I might. You know what? I might do a little UCLA money line here.
It's not a bad play. UCLA's getting better at every game. They're getting better and better. So, especially with the week to prepare for Nebraska, it's a good spot for UCLA. But
Nebraska got a freshman quarterback.
Yeah. Yep, Dylan Raiola.
Yeah,
he's played all right though.
He's all right.
A 2 heavyweight matchup here between former Pac-10 teams. USC at Washington. Both teams are 4-4.
I love USC. Call me crazy. I love USC. As bad as they are, I'm a big fan of their quarterback. I'm a big fan of him. I mean, he's young, he's learning, but he's exciting to watch. I mean, I like USC here. It'll probably be one of my bets too.
I liked USC over LSU to start the season because I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
If Lincoln Riley does anything, he takes quarterbacks and turns them into Heisman Trophy guys.
Yep.
And this kid, who's that? Miller, right?
Miller Moss.
Yeah.
He hasn't been terrible.
No.
But this team busts up the Pac-12 like, hey, we're too good for here. To go lose at Maryland, lose at Minnesota, lose at Michigan, lose to Penn. I mean, like, now Washington at least plays a little defense. You know, we can make fun of Washington all we want, but I'm going to go under the total. Give me the under.
That Maryland game was a heartbreaker for USC. Heartbreaker.
Washington gave up 40 to Iowa 2 weeks ago.
I was on the road.
I know.
USC can score, and their defense isn't anything special. Let me tell you. USC's defense, they're nothing special.
But the Washington defense isn't – Washington offense isn't good either. 17-16.
Oh, they're horrible.
They beat Michigan here 27-17, so I'm thinking
Michigan's not hard to beat, though.
Yeah. Well, USC couldn't beat them.
Illinois beat them.
I'm just saying, USC couldn't beat them. And they're
no, it doesn't surprise me. I had USC that game. Yeah, don't remind me.
I mean, 30 yards passing, you lose a game.
Yeah.
I mean,
last
now
week
you're favored.
Put up 42 points on Rutgers. That was in L.A.
That's Rutgers.
You like USC or Washington here?
I would lean Washington, and give me the under as well. I mean, 55.5 is the under is where I'm going to be. Because Washington's,
I don't see USC. I don't see Washington scoring too much.
Yeah.
I don't think they hit the 20s, to be honest with you.
All
if
right.
you watch this Washington offense, it's brutal.
They're 7-3 to the end of the last 10, Washington.
Yeah. They got a decent defense. I mean, just throw that Iowa game out the window because that was a surprise.
That's a fluke because Iowa's done nothing but ruin my over 7.5 wins. I can't even. I'm struggling to get there.
Yeah. Last 10, USC 6-4 to the over, but Washington more of an under team. Two teams that are defensively oriented: Texas A&M at South Carolina. Texas A&M, coming in on that, man. They've won. They haven't lost since the game against Notre Dame. Man, they've rattled off 7 straight wins.
Impressively too.
Yeah, on the road they've won at Mississippi State. They won in the Swamp at Florida by 13. Man, they struggle a little bit with Arkansas. Bowling Green, Bowling Green only a 26-20 win, but I don't know. South Carolina surprised some teams as well with wins against Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's trash.
They blew out.
They went downhill
Kentucky,
bad.
Blew out Kentucky 31-6. Played a close game against Alabama a couple weeks back, 3 weeks back.
Should have beat them too. They were the better team.
Alabama.
Yeah, should have beat them. This game kind of screams under to me. What do you think, Sean?
Dude, South Carolina outright. This isn't A&M is the proverbial playing with fire team. LSU missed 3 field goals last week. They got turned the ball over, and they were still nearly. That hurts you. Mississippi State, you got out-yarded in that game. Mizzou, you took care of. Arkansas beat you in the stats. Yep. You can't go on the road. And then I'm off a bye week to boot for South Carolina. And South Carolina, they're 4-3. They could be 6-1 with their losses to LSU and Alabama.
One of the best pass defenses in the country too, South Carolina.
So A&M, I don't you can, if this was South Carolina -3, it'd probably I'd probably still play it because they're favored over a ranked team kind of thing. But
wrong team favor, Sean.
I think this should be like a pick. A&M's good. They're not laying 3 on the road to a team on a bye week that should have the same record as A&M. A&M's record should be reversed. They should be like 4-3, not 7-1.
I've watched enough.
Yeah, but
I've watched enough South Carolina. There's no way I could touch South Carolina. This is Texas A&M or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Watch South Carolina, Sean, and you'll be like, okay, yeah.
I did watch them. I saw him look bad against Mississippi and come back and beat Alabama.
That was one game. Yeah, I saw Alabama. But
and then coming off that, they go on the road. Oklahoma's bad. The fact to pick themselves up, because they could easily have been like whatever, and that could have been a 20-16 win or something, just ugly, like whatever. Oklahoma's bad. They swallowed Oklahoma. It was, we're not, that's a tough loss, but we got to get back to our bowl or whatever their plans are, what they're looking to get into. And they throttled them. That shows me a little bit. And then coming out of a bye week, and A&M, again, coming off a game, 3 missed field goals, 3 turnovers, and they outstat you on the field. Come on, you can't. That's flukiness. And you have 4 of those you have 3 of those in the last 4 games. You're going to get bit eventually.
Mm-hmm. I just can't touch South Carolina. It's not a game I'm betting, but I'm
offensive. South Carolina is a little suspect against the A&M defense, but the explosive plays, is non-existent for South Carolina. But Texas A&M defenses can be got.
I bet against Texas A&M too many times this year to be burned, and I've learned my lesson. I even had them versus Notre Dame, and I was like, yep, off the Texas A&M bandwagon. Went against them 2 or 3 times after that, and I was like, yep, back on the Texas A&M bandwagon.
That's a no play for me. I would play at the under for me, but now my Hawkeyes are at home versus the Badgers. The Badgers have been hot, Anthony.
Yes, they have. This is Wisconsin all day. I said it last week, and I said Wisconsin money line, and I stuck to it. I mean, that was That was my only loss in my big plays the entire weekend last weekend. I had a huge weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Huge weekend. And my only big bet loss was Wisconsin +7.
Yeah, Iowa's been pretty good at home. On the road, not so good. They beat Minnesota on the road.
Iowa's going to get punched in the face this week. This is Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's been playing awfully good. Anthony, any thoughts on this game?
This is Wisconsin. This is absolutely Wisconsin. Iowa is so inconsistent. Their quarterback play, just when you think they have it, they don't. Their defense, they just lost too many players on defense. This Wisconsin team, they played sloppy. I mean, I'm telling you, straight up sloppy in the first half versus Penn State. And they still were leading at halftime versus Penn State. And Penn State looked good in that first. They were slinging it. But for some reason, once they got to midfield, Wisconsin would stop them to turn the ball over, to stop them. But second half, when that backup quarterback came, Wisconsin could not stop the mobile quarterback. Iowa doesn't have a mobile quarterback. They got a pocket passer. Wisconsin's defense, that pass rush, they're going to swallow this Iowa team up. I'm taking Wisconsin money. I'm going to have money on this game for sure.
Sean, would you believe me if I told you Iowa 7-1 to the under over this season? Last 8.
I need some wins here from Iowa because they got to make up. I have them for over win total. I got
5. They're 5-3 right now. Yeah, a couple.
I need some wins.
The loss to Michigan State cost a little bit 2 weeks ago. Any thoughts here? The talk. I kind of want to play the over here with the 7-1 over. Wisconsin 4-4.
That Wisconsin defense is legit, Tooch. Mm-hmm. It's legit.
Yeah, 42 though. It's not a lot of points. I mean,
I need points, so I lean it. I just can't. I'm already wrapped up in, on them for a win. I need
absolutely.
My 3 win totals this were these guys. K-State over 9.5.
What was Iowa 8.5 or 7.5?
7.5.
I would have been on it too. If you would have said, "Hey, Iowa 7.5," it would have been like, "Boom! Oh yeah, for sure." And now they got a quarterback. Cade McNamara as quarterback.
It's a revenge game for Wisconsin.
I would have been all over.
I looked at their schedule. They were favored in all the games except for the Ohio State game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured, come on, fellas.
I thought Wisconsin was going to be bad this year. I mean, they got their starting quarterback. Tyler Van Dyke got hurt game 1. And then the rookie quarterback comes in and he just stars. So it worked out perfect for Wisconsin.
Last season at Wisconsin, 15-6 win for the Hawkeyes. Revenge game for the Badgers. I mean, I would lean Badgers too. It's the better offense, and I think maybe a little over actually for me. It's a game I'm not playing though. Moving over to the NFL, real quick. We got Willis Towers coming up in about 20 minutes. Chargers at Browns, kind of an interesting game. I'm going to lean under here with two fairly good defenses. Slow pace of play for both teams. If I had to bet aside, I might take the Browns at home with famous Jameis.
This is Browns written all over it.
Browns.
The Chargers' offense is atrocious. Just watch. I mean, they were struggling last week versus the Saints.
Yep.
I mean, this is Browns. I mean, this is just, yeah, absolutely.
Browns +2.
Chargers cannot play from behind, too.
Commanders at Giants. Commanders looking good. Sean, they're 6-2 against your Giants.
My Giants.
No, it's his Jets. It's his Jets.
The Giants.
Jets to make the playoffs.
That's a whole other story.
When
I heard that today, I was like, "Oh no, I cannot leave this alone."
Well, the Commanders defense has been playing good, man.
The Jets?
No, Commanders. You said.
Oh well, we're talking about
Commanders defense.
Yeah, Commanders definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're off the big win, but does that help? I think it kind of adds to their little swagger and attitude. Like, look, you can't beat us. Even when we should lose, we win. That's what a young team kind of needs. The coach will kind of feed off that. Like, you can't beat us. Even with 4 seconds left, you can't beat us. We're always in it.
Big win.
I'm still waiting for a game like this. Previous seasons, you got to go with the home dog. You got to hold your nose, take the home dog. This year, the road favorites cash it, and the public is just reaming in. It's like, when is it going to go back to normal?
15-4 road favorites, courtesy of Victor King. I was doing my show today with Victor King. 15-4 road faves.
Yep.
15-4.
It's
against
the
spread. Washington 6-1-1 this season against the spread. Give me the Commanders. The Giants are terrible. Not to mention their running back, their young running backs.
The Giants are fully healthy. They actually played someward decent. Who did they play last game?
That was a Monday night or Sunday night game.
Pittsburgh. They played decent versus Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. For the first 3 quarters or so.
I mean, versus Pittsburgh, and
first half they were in the game.
I can easily see the Giants win this game, but can I put money on it? Absolutely not.
You can't.
It's Commanders are nothing at this point.
Commanders are nothing.
The way it's going, give me the Commanders.
Yeah.
Broncos +10 at Ravens. Can Sean Payton keep it close enough? I think he can, man. The Broncos defense is playing really well.
Yeah.
10 points is a lot, Anthony.
I got to go with the Broncos because the Ravens can't cover big spreads.
Yeah.
They were favored by 7 or 8.5 last week versus Cleveland. They lost outright.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, they were favored by 8.5 at home versus the Raiders. Lost outright. Are we going to see an outright loser again by the Ravens? Can this be the story of the week?
Don't remind me the Raiders went into Baltimore and beat them. Good gracious.
So let's I'm going to go Broncos +10.
What about the Denver 5-3 to the over and Baltimore 7-1 to the over? 46.5.
Take the over. And it's got enough. This was 43.
Yeah.
I'm not a Bo Nix guy, but he's thrown 8 touchdowns the last couple games. So the offense is there. And then they have a defense, but let's be honest, the Ravens will be able to do something here.
Yep.
And I do like the points, but the Ravens just give up points. They gave up 36. They should have lost to Cincinnati. They're down 10 against Cincinnati, rallied all the way back.
Yep.
They let Dallas come back into a game. It was scored 26 points.
Gave up 31 to the Buccaneers.
Look at this wacko in the chat.
Who's in there?
He's got a crazy name.
New York. All right, Carl Grabowski and the super fans. New York, Washington. Washington +4 and Denver +3.5.
Yes. You got to take that. Yeah, you got to take Denver. You're going to get 10 points with a Raven defense that has not closed out games all year.
Yep.
All right, moving on. We got classic game always, man. Dolphins at Bills. Dolphins sometimes go up there and win, man, but this year they just
aren't the Bills like 12-0 or 11-1 or something like that versus the Dolphins in the last so many games?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, why is this not
9-1 the last?
The last time they played is when Tua got hurt, and the Bills just ran all over that defense. There's one thing that how you beat the Dolphins: just run on them. Their defense is terrible. Me and Tooch had a preseason. I was arguing with Tooch because he was like, the Dolphins' defense is terrible. I was like, no, they're really not that bad. I was very high on the Dolphins going into this year.
Yep.
Then I was like, okay, Tooch, their defense is terrible.
Yep.
I'm all over the Bills here. Don't overthink it.
Yep.
It was my best bet last week. And let's go back to last week. Sean wasn't here.
Yep.
The referee crew, again, just saying. The NFL referee crew that officiated the Bills versus the Seahawks, the road favorites, going into that game were 3-0 against the spread for the road favorites, okay? Was also 47-19 in their last 66 games they officiated in their last 66 games. Now they're 4-0 against the spread as a road favorite. So keep an eye on that referee crew. So,
to me,
just saying,
like 6.5. Wow, why not 7? Like it looks so easy, just like, oh, they just got won by a touchdown. I mean, Josh Allen is putting up MVP numbers. Nobody's talking about him.
Yep.
And yeah, no, listen, Carl Spackler from I thought it said like channel 69 Big C. So that's why I was like, look at this wacko coming in here with a crazy.
All I see is the parentheses.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So I thought it was like so that's why I'm like, look at this guy. So I'm like, what the heck kind of name is this coming? I thought it was a spam coming in when I see that in parentheses.
Tooch will tail it.
Not bad, but what is that? 6? No, that'd be what?
That's 6 points.
That's a manual.
6 point teaser.
No, in Denver plus 13.5. That's a 3.5 tease.
Oh, 3 tees. Oh wow, yeah.
So that's a.
I'd rather.
It was 7 point teaser, really? Would it?
No, because Denver's
3.5.
Okay.
You can get Denver plus 17.5 if it's a 17.
Yeah, 17. That's more like it.
17.5 is a sexy number. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Looking at Sean's Cowboys, who are in a little bit of trouble this season. Their defense has been really injured. Yeah. Look at that. That's a big number though. 51.5. I still like the over.
Yeah.
Who cares who wins it? Just bet the over. This is gonna be 30-30.
Open 48.5. Right to 51.
Absolutely.
Because the Cowboys can't stop a nosebleed with the defense. 225 yards last week.
Boom.
Falcons defense gives up 30. I don't know if Dallas is scoring 30, but the Falcons
both these
team total
are trash.
Falcons are putting up 34-40 themselves here.
Yep.
So I know you're getting
Over.
that. So I like the Falcons. Falcons in the over.
I have a thing. I don't touch totals over 50. I just won't do it because since
but this one's tempting.
Rules, that one I'm doing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm putting money on it. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
The Falcons defense is horrible.
Horrible.
I've been saying this since before the season started. Yep. Cowboys defense, my God. I mean, us three could score a touchdown on that.
This has like 34, 31 written all over it.
This has 30. You think Dallas is scoring 31?
40 to 35.
Okay, 28.
They can't run the ball. All they're going to do is
27. 27. They score a lot of field goals. 27.
I think like 34 to 20 or something like that. I mean, I don't think it's. I think
you're giving the Falcons defense a lot of credit there, Sean.
No, I'm not giving a lot of credit because I've seen Dallas play. How are they scoring 20 points? They can't.
That's how bad. I'm telling you, the Falcons defense is that bad.
Yeah, but other teams at least have 2 receivers and a running back. Cowboys are bringing Dalvin Cook off out of the ambulance.
Defense is that bad. Did you see Geno Smith? I mean, he only used one receiver throughout the whole game.
Hold on a second. Geno Smith.
I know he leads the
league in passing. I mean, Geno's having a good year.
Yep.
I mean, we can make fun of Geno all we want. The guy
most
goes to Seattle.
Most passing attempts in the NFL, Seattle.
The guy produces.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
Bears coming off a stupid loss.
Never in doubt.
Cardinals.
Dogs.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're crap. You're an underdog.
Gotta love the Cardinals.
Coaching staff completely collapses in this one. Bears catching 1 point with that defense, though, is still pretty good, Sean. They've had 13 straight games holding teams under 21. Give me the under in this game.
I would probably lean under as well. I mean, under sure, but
I'm going
to take Arizona.
Oh, here we go. What are you saying, Tooch?
No way.
What?
No way is this going over.
Oh, here we go.
The Bears held the best offense in the league to 12 points.
That's okay.
I mean, come on, the best offense.
Give me the Cardinals.
I'm just saying, what are the Cardinals going to do to the Bears?
Cardinals are the guaranteed lock max bomb.
I'm not talking about the side. I'm just talking about the total.
The max play.
I'm with you on the under. I already got it. 46 and 45.
Get the pen out. Give me the Cardinals. Get the pen out. Write it down, Sean. Back to
Sean and I are both like the under.
Yes.
Anthony likes the Cardinals. All right. Lions -2.5 at Packers. The line's moving downward, wasn't it? Lions -3.5 yesterday.
Jordan Love might be playing.
Jordan Love might be playing. Okay, so
if he plays, the total is going to go up. If Malik Willis plays, it's going to go down.
You could have got the Lions plus 1.5 on Sunday, but now you got to be a favorite with them.
You hear that, folks? Listen to Mr. Sean Higgs.
Plus 1.5 on Sunday.
Yep.
Got to watch those look-ahead lines on YouTube. Go to Sean Higgs. Type in Sean Higgs.
Channel 89.
Late Night Money. I listen to it religiously. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm listening to Late Night Money. Then I'm commenting.
The Lions are they're the best team in the NFC. They are on a roll, man. Even if Love plays, I kind of like the Lions. I mean, the offense is really humming. They got a good running game. I mean, the Packers just kind of. I mean, I don't know. Lions for me minus 2.5.
I gotta lean the Lions here, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I don't like taking 3
road favorites though.
This is for all the marbles here, man. Let's be honest. This is a monster battle in the North. I just look at the total here. Mm-hmm. I know it's supposed to be like some weather coming in, they say. But even when it opened at 48.5, I was kind of shocked. Like, why is this so low considering the Lions that scored 52, 47, 46? Like, they're putting up a bunch of points. But then I was like, all right, if Love's still banged up, I could see it being a little lower. I'm still liking the under. Even if Love plays, I still think under.
Under 47?
Yeah, because it's just – why would it start that low? That, to me, makes no sense. I know it's supposed to be rainy and outdoors and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it'll be kind of low. Let's be honest here. We saw this Lion team go 20-13 in Arizona.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't like the outdoors and you got to adjust them a few points.
That's true.
That's true. Look, Thanksgiving last year, the Packers went into Detroit and stole one, 29-22.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Revenge.
They don't forget that.
Yeah.
They don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I mean, just like the Bears have a huge rivalry with the Packers, the Lions hate the Packers as much as the Bears fans do.
Yep.
So, I mean, how many years was it that the Lions would get spanked by the Packers? The only difference is now the Lions can spank the Packers. The Bears still can't spank the Packers. So
it's a stay away from me.
This is a revenge
game for the Lions. At the
They're catching the Packers at the right time.
Yep.
Because Jordan Love is not 100%.
Road favorites.
It's going to come down to weather.
Yeah. Road favorites, weather. Check it all. This is a good. If Anthony Richardson was playing, this line would look a lot different, wouldn't you say, Sean? I would be all over the Vikings, but it's going to be Joe Flacco.
It was 7 with the other guy in there, so it's 5 now.
Yep,
makes sense.
Yep,
love the Colts.
You could have gotten Colts at +7 last Sunday, right, Sean?
Yeah, they were +7. I didn't play this game because I was just kind of torn because part of me wants to take the Colts because I like the Colts. So I said take the Colts.
Underrated defense.
Let's not take the Texans to win the South there because everybody's all over the Texans and stuff. This was my team to come out of there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, Darnold's had a nice run, but have they caught up with him a little bit or is it just because he's playing a better team as well? It sounds like you're. I don't know. Right? You took care of the Niners, but then. Again, have they caught up with them?
They've lost the last 2, 29-31 win at home to the Lions, and then last week gave up 30 points. That good Viking defense.
That was an easy Ram play. I mean, I had the under because I thought it would be a lower scoring game, but come on, no one gave the Rams a shot in that game. That game was an auto Ram win. This one here is to me, it's.
If I had known Puka Nacua wasn't supposed to play. If I had known he was playing, I would have taken the Rams.
If I knew he was fully healthy and
damn good player.
I thought he was limited. I'd read he was limited. That's a huge difference.
7 catches over 100 yards.
Yeah. He's juking like he's playing the NBA over here.
Well, he's out this week.
Good ball player.
Is he really?
Is he out?
Yeah. That's why the line's come. That's why the line's moving. He's not playing.
Oh, see, I haven't paid attention. I haven't watched that game yet.
Brutal. Last I heard, he was questionable or something.
That's a big part of the offense.
Colts are 4-4, though. This is Sunday Night Football. They are 7-1 against the spread, though, Sean. Do you still like +5 with Flacco?
This is a no play for me. I got nothing really. Mm-hmm. Not even like total. I don't know. The Colts are just a wacky team.
Yep.
They are.
Combined 6 and 9 to the under 46.5. But both these teams, Flacco should be able to put up some points, a crafty veteran. And the Vikings have Justin Jefferson. Aaron Jones is certainly capable.
This could be a high-scoring game, I'll tell you right now.
I think so, too.
The Colts are so good at throwing the ball deep with Flacco. So good.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor's
very
back.
accurate.
I don't care what defense he's playing. He's running the ball. Jonathan Taylor.
Give me the over. Yep.
I like the over here, yeah.
Yep.
And the Vikings are going to put points, but their defense and their overall team, whether they're starting to get teams are figuring them out.
Yeah, the Rams kind of
reality.
You can pass all of them. You just can't. They're a pass funnel. It's tough to run on them, but they do have Jonathan Taylor back.
Kerry and Williams ran all over them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Vikings are starting to come down to earth. More than we think they are.
All right, leaning over on this one. Yeah. All right, let's give away some free plays. We got Willis Towers. We're up against it. Where's my free play?
Sean's favorite podcast during the week.
Sting. All right, Anthony's free play. Kansas State -13 tomorrow at Houston. At Houston or
Yep.
At Houston. Okay.
Yep.
Kansas State at Houston, -13. Any thoughts real quick?
I love it.
Houston's been bad.
I need a win. K-State 9.5 win total. Let's go.
All right. K-State. Let's go. Lions Packers. Under 47.5. We just broke it down.
Yep.
My free play. Eagles. Look, the Jaguars are banged up. They can't. Look, who's gonna cover AJ Brown? They suck against the run too.
Who's gonna score?
There's no Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
No, Brian Thomas is out. Don't overthink it. Eagles.
This is my thing with the Eagles. If AJ Brown is playing and Barkley is playing, you got to go Eagles. Plain and simple.
Yep.
All the stars align. That's all they need is 2 players.
Yep.
Jags money line.
Jags money line for Sean. He's got the Jaguars +6.5. But
I think the Jags.
Doug Peterson farewell tour. All right.
It's not that football season. No. Last year that would have cashed. This year, no.
Yeah. The Eagles are
getting killed. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is playing pretty good right now. The Jaguars are banged up. We'll see though.
Come to the dark side, Sean. Come to the dark side with the favorites. Come to the dark side.
And just the Eagles. They have not been good covering, right? I mean, what are they? 1-11, 1-12 and 1 ATS last 14 games. By the way, Eagles.
They're due. Positive regression.
They're just recently playing their best football.
Yep.
Just recently.
Here's my hope and here's my poop.
They're 4-3 their last 7 against the spread.
As that should have been the favorites. I'm sorry. Favorites are 4 or more. Okay. 4 or more favorite.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's roll it out of here, guys. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Have a good one.
Arizona.